Now we'll begin with our flag football with our blue team. Sawyer Morgan, Wellston Morgan, Max Mantel, Sawyer Yates, Xander Wade, Kason Smith, Dawson Smith, and our coach, Charlie Cartlow. Next up will be the gold team. Colton Downs, Bentley Reed Friend, Maxwell Reed, John Bexley Wise, Matthew Blunt, Eli Spahn, and Coach Justin Wise. Next will be the gray team. We have Casey Napper, Carter Mullins, Matthew Clarkson, Aiden Boyd, Cohen Griffith, Kinley Davis, Oakley Rainey, and Coach Sean Weiss. And our white team, Ryan Osborne, Vincent Miller, Garrett Shinzalios, and if I mispronounce it, I'm sorry, Lillian Jacobs, Jonathan Isaac, Oliver Hensley, Lincoln Hosapple, Ava Osborne, and our coach, Brad Miller. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if I mispronounce somebody's name, it is not intentional. All right, now we're going to begin with our 2, 3, and 4 roster. Number 1, Bryson Wilson. Number 9, Cooper Williams. Number 24, Weston Blair. Number 7, Madden Weiss. Number 5, Luke Wilbur. Number 14, Calvin Pugh. Number 8, Clayton Stevens. Number 23, Kason Cardwell. Number 20, Brantley Carper. Number 2, Aubrey Betancourt. Number 3, Aiden Hall. Number 17, Gabriel Thompson. Number 4, Jeff Mannery. Number 11, Gene Smith. Number 13, Cheyenne Lowe. Number 28, Walker Williams. Number 21, Bentley Sharp. Number 32, Shadrack Wonders. Number 6, Darius McClure. Number 25, Joshua Richendorfer. Number 12, Keegan Mullins. Number 15, Colton Wiseman. Number 27, Jensen Wiseman. Number 72, Bentley Reitzel. And number 30, Dawson Cook. And now our our grades 2, 3, and 4 cheer. Callie Isaac, Lauren Jacobs, Chevelle Packett, Emma Music, Tanner Music, Mary Barney, Eliza Moore, August Miller, Macy Massey, Adeline Yates, and Ocean Polder. Now our 5-6 cheer. Sadie Jones, Marley Newsley, Audie Cox, Kaylin Manring, Olivia Osborne, Corey Music, Presley Childers, Bethany Marcus, James Polder, Kylie Henry, Aubrey Simpson, Adeline Kuhn, Macy Thompson, Kalia Cardwell, Amelia Jenkins, Jenna Newman, Peyton Cortez. Next will be our 5th and 6th grade football. Our 5th and 6th grade football, number 11, Brennan Wilson. Number 50, Carter Williams. Number 7, Jet Stewart. Number 70, Chase Triplett. Number 40, Dustin Whetstone. Number 15, Landon Carper. Number 99, Bryson Cremines. Number 52, Dalton Cremines. Number 25, Salem Barney. Number 1, Aiden King. Number 3, Mason Matthews. Number 26, Aiden Landrum. Number 4, Braylon Stevenson. Number 5, Mason Lambert. Sorry, number 59. Number 90, Carson Eisnagel. Number 9, Jay Stepp. Number 16, Bentley Grant. Number 23, Branson Oosley. Number 6, Jacob Clarkson. Number 12, Liam Betancourt. Number 30, Elijah Salisbury. Number 8, Easton Williams. Number 22, Jace Jackson. Number 34, Braden Miller. Number 2, Connor Denny. Number 80, Braxton Little. Number 45, Hunter Fay. Number 60, Carson Henry. Number 14, Eli Kuhn. Number 27, Braylon Ross. Number 13, Adam Jeffries. And our coaches this year for second, third, and fourth: Chad Wonders, Caleb Williams, Adam Stevens, Stephen Carper. Our 5th and 6th grade football coaches: Troy Stewart, Joel Weissnagel, Derek King, Stephen Williams, Nathan Wilson. Our 2, 3, and 4 cheer coaches: Rachel McManus, Jessica Hall. And our 5, 6 cheer coaches: Michaela Williams and Shanae Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, your Wellston Golden Rocket Youth Football Program players and cheerleaders. And again, if I mispronounce someone's name, it was purely accidental.
2, 3, check, 1, 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wellston Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media. Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris, coming to you live tonight, and Bill Norris, coming to you live tonight from C.H. Jones Field as the Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band just made their way across the field here this evening, and we are getting ready for the National Anthem. We're going to take a break here during the National Anthem. As soon as it's completed, we'll be right back. Listen to the band play the National Anthem. Welcome back once again, fans, to Wellston High School Golden Rocket Football here on BMG Media. Bill Norris, Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action tonight as the Golden Rockets are hosting the River Valley Raiders. And, Bill, it's good to be back here at the friendly confines of C.H. Jones Field as the Rockets get ready to host the River Valley Raiders tonight. The Rockets come in with a record of 2-3. And the River Valley Raiders come in with a record of 0-5. Should be a pretty interesting matchup tonight.
Well, as we were watching the teams warm up, we noticed we didn't know why Gallia would have or River Valley. I'm drifting back in time. Would have such a record. They looked as though they knew what they were doing when they were warming up, and they looked like they had the capability and the strength and the size as the Rockets are running onto the field. And I'm telling you, it's exciting. It's to be here tonight. I told someone as we walked in, I'd just about give anything if I could suit up and run through that big balloon helmet and smack hands with all those kids that are out there.
First of all, folks, let me apologize again. We were talking right through our alma mater, and we apologize that we're a little bit rusty. My brother and I, we've been off for about 3 weeks, and due to our mother's passing, and we want to thank everybody for all your text messages, emails, phone calls, all those things of word of encouragement. Certainly a great lady, and after every football game, as a matter of fact, she would call many times, Bill, during the middle of the game, what's the score? What's the score? What's the score? And obviously
they weren't. She was not up on social media at all, was she?
Yeah, she was not a social media person, but loved Wellston High School athletics. So, again, thank you, everybody, for all the prayers and phone calls and text messages about her mother. Tonight, it's a perfect football Friday night, Bill. The Rockets come in again with a record of 2-3, River Valley 0-5. Perfect conditions for a Friday night football game.
It's nice out there. The weather is not tremendously hot as you do have in the first part of the season, where you get all the leg cramps and everybody's trying to suck as much water and Gatorade down as they can. So we ought to have some stability. The guys are out there with their stamina. They're in shape now. We can see some good football tonight.
Absolutely. We're just about 40 seconds away from opening kickoff here tonight at C.H. Jones Field. Again, it is Bill Norris, Jared Norris, and I'm Bub Norris coming to you live back here from the friendly confines, Wellston, Ohio, C.H. Jones Field, downtown football arena. We're looking for some great action here tonight. Tonight, again, Bill, we spoke already of the records of these two teams, but But again, we mentioned River Valley looked very athletic. And as you mentioned, acted like they know what they were doing during pregame, but when you go up under center, things become a little bit different.
Well, as one boxer said, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. And so when it comes down, when they get out on the field and start cracking heads, then we'll see who's ready to play.
You know, that was always the I guess the relieving factor on Friday night when you went out. Once you got the first hit out of the way, it was lights out, baby.
You
We're
had
ready to play.
you from Thursday night. You usually didn't sleep much that night until that first crack of the helmet on Friday night.
Back deep for the Raiders, number 12. That would be Aiden Toomey. He's a senior wide receiver, and then number 4. That would be Bradley Childress. He's also a senior. On to kick again for the Rockets. Again, number 19. The gentleman has done a nice job all year. Michael Weber waiting for this signal whistle. We have that. We're ready to play. Weber's kick. He's going to pooch it short. Going to be caught at about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, where number 49 is going to go down with it immediately. Not in your program, but I guess he's number 1 in your heart. That's number 49 again for the River Valley Raiders. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. We have a flag on the play. We have been notified.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty, pushing back 5 yards, and they'll re-kick it. And if you'll notice here, the Rockets going with their signature little pooch kick over towards the sideline. We've seen them do that, since about the 2nd or 3rd game this year. The Rockets have decided to go with that little pooch kick towards the sideline there, and it works out quite nice. So
Rockets I think the idea behind that would be what? To eliminate a run back.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking.
Eliminate a run back and then maybe cause the receiving team to fumble it and the Rockets to recover it. Chose to kick it a little bit deeper that time.
Caught it to 24. Number 4 is going to go try to get across the field, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Rockets leading the charge for the Golden Rockets. Number 55 on the tackle, and that's Isaac McWilliams. And he's been a nice player. I ran into that young man a couple weeks back in one of our local stores here in Wellston. And why? He's a senior. Mm-hmm. And I said, what year are you now? A freshman? And he said, no, Mr. Norris. He said, I'm a senior. Like,
well, so, at least he was polite enough to say yes, Mr. Norris.
Yes, exactly. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They have a quarterback that can throw, and that is number 5. That's Mason Browning. He also is a senior. They're going to go with a full house backfield. Takes a shotgun, going to fake it, going to pitch it to the right. Hitting the backfield, makes one tackle. Gets, not sure that he's going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Rockets defensive ends, guys, on that play done an outstanding job staying at home. And what I mean staying home, not crashing inside, and they done their job.
Yeah, Bub, that is so important for a defensive end, not to chase the ball in the backfield, but to stay where they're put in case there's a reverse or a fake.
Guys, something to make mention of real quick. The Rockets are coming off of a nice league win last Friday night on the road. It was played at Nelsonville High School, but was able to defeat the Alexander Spartans 28-0 for their first league win of the year. So the Rockets have a lot of momentum coming off of last week's big win into this game tonight.
Gary Truance on the carry for the Raiders. No gain on the play. Actually, loss of about 2. Make it 3rd down and 12. For the Raiders, ball at their own, we're going to call it 23, 22-yard line.
And it looks like, Bub, right now, at least with the first 3 plays, or 2 plays, the Rockets have pushed back and have owned that line of scrimmage.
Definite passing situation here for the Raiders, or a screen, look for something. 3rd down and 12, ball on their own 22. We're just getting underway with 10:30 remaining here in the first quarter. River Valley won the opening toss, drops back to pass, looking out, has a man, and it's complete, but not sure that didn't. Yeah, the official's going to call that incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down for the Raiders, so 4th and 12 pass was incomplete. Nice jobs by their quarterback, Mason Browning, setting up in the pocket, Bill. Looked pretty poised right back there.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was under too much pressure. He saw his man open, and he just threw it a little short.
4th and 12 for the Raiders. Ball at their own 22. Back deep for the Rockets is our guy, number 15, the playmaker, Cale Fott for the Golden Rockets. They get it away. Going to be an end-over-end punt. Going to hit in Rocket territory and take a Rocket bounce. Touched and fumbled. Rockets look like they're going to cover it. But Cale Fott is like a greasy pig. I mean, you get close to this guy, he's just hard to bring down.
Well, I think Cale's going to get an earful from Coach Graham once he gets back over to the sideline, because Coach took his headset off and had that look about him, that was like, what are you doing, boy?
10-11 to go here in the first quarter. Rockets take over. Be 1st and 10, ball on their own 46-yard line.
Now, Rockets put some pressure on the punter. I almost thought the Bennett was going to get that punt.
Again, size-wise, Raiders match up very, very well with the Rockets. They may have the size advantage. Scott at shotgun for the Golden Rockets, puts Lambert to his left. Takes a snap, hands off to Lambert over the right side. He has some real estate and still on his feet. Give him a gain of about 6 on the play. Again, the interior line for the Golden Rockets, number 54, that's Hunter Collins. The Rockets have ran over his side a lot this year. Hands off to 23 over the left side. He's on his feet, has some real estate, stiff arm, still on his feet to the 30, 25, 20, down to the 15, going to be gang tackled, and that is Mason Collins. And boy, did he come out of the backfield with a burst of energy.
I tell you, Bub, I'm not seeing a lot of movement from River Valley's front line, and it looks like Wellston might be just a little bit quicker than they are and getting through the line before they have a chance to stop them.
Number 55 for the Raiders, that's Garrett Jones, a junior. He is a big old bale of hay. Rockets back at shotgun with Johnny Scott at quarterback. Lambert to his left, puts him in the wing slot position. Long count, takes a snap. Scott's going to keep it right up the middle. He's got some running room. Again, still on his feet, bounces outside, looks to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets!
I saw the hole open up from back here, Bub, there on the left side. You could have drove a Mack truck through there.
I think even at our age, we probably could have ran that one, huh?
Guys, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the Rockets, that offensive drive looked like they had so much poise and they were crisp. They got to the line, they got the snap, they did their job, and the result is 6 points.
9:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Weber on to kick the extra point for the Rockets. One of Johnny Scott hold. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And it looks good, and it is. 9:07 remaining here in the first quarter, guys. Again, Jared, you alluded to Rockets look very sharp, very crisp offensively. But let's go back to the defensive side of the ball. The Raiders with negative yardage on that first series tonight.
Both sides of the ball, the Rockets are looking fantastic so far here early in the first quarter, so things are looking good for the Rockets right now.
Bill Norris, Jared Norris, and I'm Bub Norris. And we're the trio, the Norris trio. And no, we're not going to sing a song for you just yet. We'll wait maybe a little bit. 9:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets strike pay dirt first after both teams have had an offensive possession.
Now, watching from home, you're probably going to notice, or as we are here even, possibly what is going on with River Valley this year. The Rockets, and I'm not taking anything away from the Rockets at all. The Rockets, like we said, look good so far this game in the 3 minutes or so into the quarter.
Let's see what the Rockets do. Looks like they'll possibly, again, pooch it into a dead area, meaning where no one is at on the field. Let's see what the Rockets choose to do. We have the whistle. Weber's going to pooch it. He's going to kick it to the far left. What a great kick again. But it is going to roll out of bounds. You know what? We'll take that.
Yep.
That gives your opponent, obviously, no opportunity to return the ball. So that'll bring it out, I believe, to the 35-yard line. Let's see what River Valley's coaches choose to do. And they do choose to have the ball spotted. I believe it's going to be at the 35.
And you know what? If you're the Raiders right there, you're taking a chance at letting that thing hit the ground and just hoping that it'll go out of bounds and not take a rocket bounce and stay inbounds.
Or the one of the Rockets run down and jump on it.
And grab it, because it's a live ball during kickoff.
But it's a lot safer, I guess, for the Rockets in the fact that you don't have to kick it down to the goal line and then have someone take the chance of running it back 30, 40 yards.
Right. Michael Weber doing a terrific job kicking the ball almost like a long extra point when he kicks it off. First and 10 for the Raiders. They're at shotgun. Number 5 back there again. Mason Browning takes a snap. And again, hit in the backfield. Number 7 breaks a couple tackles. And great second effort by their tailback, Evan Wilbur. He's a junior, as the Rockets had him hit initially in the backfield, but he was able to break away and gain a couple on the play.
Yeah, but great second effort. You can never, ever stop with your effort until they've got you down on the ground.
Let's look at the guys up front for the Rockets. Number 51, that's Hunter Brown. Number 55 on the outside, Hunter Collins. Number 58 up front, again, that's Braden Myers. On the left side, left tackle spot over there, number 78, that's Gage Goheen. And these guys are doing a terrific job, as they have all season. Takes the snap, going to hand off to the first back through, and not much happening there as the Rockets had that one snuffed out right from the start. Give him a gain maybe of 1 on the play with 8:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Hit in the backfield.
Who's number 78 in the program?
Number 78 is Gage Goheen.
Credit him with the tackle in the backfield on that play.
Your linebacker spot's number 65 out there for the Rockets. Correction, number 55. That's Isaac McWilliams. We spoke with him earlier, doing a great job. Number 56 in there as well. That's Connor McWilliams. Over on the left defensive inside, number 12, one of the fan favorites is Bennett Yadernacek on the left side. 3rd and 7. Takes the snap, rolls to his right under heavy pressure. Throws it out in the flats, and he has a man just overthrew him, and he caught that. That had 6 all over it.
That looks like they'd practiced that play a few times, because that was not far from reception at all.
Mason Browning can chuck it down the field pretty good for the Raiders. 7:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets on top early, 7-0 your score. Both teams have had the ball one possession each. Raiders now with their second possession. Back to punt, number 7. That's Evan Wilbur for the Raiders. The snap is good. Under heavy pressure, barely gets it away. And that's going to take a Raider bounce and go out of bounds at about the Rocket 29-yard line, where the Rockets will take over 1st and 10.
This time, Cale Fott was staying as far away from it as he possibly could get.
You think the coach might have had a little chat with him there a little bit ago?
Probably so.
Well, once again, we had some pressure coming from the 2 outside spots, two defensive ends.
7:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets on top 7-0. After a nice drive the last series and an extra point by Michael Weber. And here we go again. 1st and 10, Rockets ball at their own 29-yard line. Johnny Scott at shotgun, puts Lambert to his right. Twin receivers to the right. Takes a snap, hands off to Lambert over the left side. And going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. A nice defensive play that time by the Raider defense. Number 55 getting up off the bottom of the pile. And that's Garrett Jones. He's a junior linebacker and defensive lineman for the River Valley Raiders. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been just a little bit of a collection of players, and they've clogged the hole up there.
2nd and 10 for the Rockets. Takes a snap. Scott throws out in the flats and misses his guy. Not sure. I think it was intended for number 7 for the Rockets, and that's Evan Canner, and brings up 3rd down for the Rockets. 6:57 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets on top 7-0. So far it's been all Rockets, but on this particular series, guys, they slowed it down just a little bit. 3rd and 10.
I'm wondering if the Rockets aren't trying to expand their repertoire of plays that they try to.
Now, you can't use those big words here on this broadcast. You're going to confuse.
As soon as that word left my mouth, I knew that I was going to catch some flack.
Collins with the pitch around the right side. He sees a hole. He's got a gap. He's turned it upfield, and he's going to be in good enough for a Rocket 1st down, it appears. The word repertoire just totally blew my mind, and I lost track of the runner and everyone on the play. Lord have mercy. Where was our English teacher at in high school? Mrs. Lewis.
Miss Lewis.
Back in the day. Don't ever talk about her little puppies. You'd ruin the whole class. Hands off to Lambert over the left side. Up the middle is Lambert, still on his feet, still chugging along, dragging players and gain of 7. Clock running.
Seems to me I remember some students, or not students, but kids in the class when I had her that would ask me to either start talking about the Bengals or start talking about her dogs so that we could get out of a lesson for the day.
6:23 to go in the first quarter. Rockets on the move, 2nd and 4, I'm sorry. Scott at shotgun takes a snap. Want to play action. Throw across the middle to Kale Fott. Bobbles and he's loose. Gets it down to the 30 inside Raider territory. A little juggling act, though, on that play, guys, as he reeled it in.
I think he might have took his eyes off the ball just for a second and bobbled the ball before he brought it in.
Great play action play by the Rockets. Scott to Fott. That sounded pretty good. Not as good as repertoire, but it was pretty good. Scott hands off to Mason Collins over the left side. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Maybe give him, might get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where the officials mark it.
Looks like we've lost our main camera. So we apologize. We've only got the camera down on the field right now. So bear with us, folks. Michael's doing the best that he can to try to get that back up and going there for you. I'm going to run down and tell Jace that he's the only camera right now. That way we can keep you all updated on what's going on at the game and you don't have to stare at the ground.
5:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets on top 7-0 against the River Valley Raiders. Scott at shotgun. Rockets move early and we're going to have a flag.
There for a few minutes, I thought Bub was going to bring up our sophomore English teacher, Miss Crabtree.
Oh, my. Wow.
Well, there were two things that you were going to do in her class.
Jace.
One of them was Shakespeare, and the other one was do a presentation.
Jace.
Yes.
You're the only camera right now. The main one's down.
And you're hearing Jared down at the sidelines right now, informing Jace Phillips. Scott at shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back 3 steps, looks across the middle. Intercepted by the Raiders. Over the right side. He has some real estate up the side and slung down out of bounds. And Rocket's going to be tagged with another 15 yards for a horse collar, I'm sure. Right through the hands of the Wellston receiver, guys. And
now, explain that, Bub, about the horse collar. What does it take for that to get penalized?
Anytime a player grabs another person on the back of the shoulder pads, down below the helmet, on the back of the shoulder pads, and makes a tackle or any kind of an effort to bring the player to the ground, is going to be an automatic personal foul. So
they don't have to grab him by the helmet or just as long as it's on the shoulders.
If it's the rear of the shoulder pad around the neck collar area, they're going to call that every time, and that's what the call was here against the Rockets.
And that's what he did.
And that's exactly what he did. 5 minutes exactly to go here in the first quarter. Rockets on top, 7-0. But the Raiders in Rockets territory at the Rocket 44-yard line. And the Rockets jump off sides once again. So 2 costly penalties, guys. Rockets kind of losing their focus a little bit here in the first quarter. Strike paid early, but have lost a little bit of momentum here with penalties.
And part of that just goes from the interception that just occurred, and so Wellston's got to make a quick recovery and get that ball back.
Browning at shotgun for the Raiders. He's marking out the signals from both sides, to both sides of his line, rather. Takes a snap. Going to hand off to the back around the right side, still on his feet, and dashes through and gets a nice little gain on the play. Give him a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. That was number 3.
One of the worst things that a team can do is to allow the other team to feel like they're making some progress or give them some hope, like, okay, yeah, we can really do this. Once a team gets that, it's hard to stop them.
Exactly. 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets up 7-0, but Raiders on the move due to some costly penalties by the Rockets. All the way down to the Rocket 31-yard line. 36-yard line. Raiders go with twin receivers to the right. Single backfield. Takes the snap, looks across the middle. Pass, it's tipped, and it's picked off again by the Rockets. Kale Fott with the interception, bringing it around the right side, still on his feet. One man to beat. To the 40, 35, 30, 25. He's going to take it to the house.
He's going.
Pick 6. for Cale Fott and the Rockets. What a big, big momentum changer and game changer right there.
Just as the momentum flipped for the Raiders, it has flipped for the Rockets.
3:53 here in the first quarter. Rockets with a pick six. Cale Fott taking that one about 30. Correction, make that about a 75-yard pick six for the Rockets.
Yeah, and he had to come about 30 or 40 yards from the middle of the field out to the sideline to get free.
Weber on to kick the extra point on a Johnny Scott hold. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up. Nice looking extra point again for the Golden Rockets. 3:53 remaining in the first quarter. Rockets 14, River Valley Raiders 0. And a momentum changer and a game changer for the Golden Rockets. Again, the greasy pig.
Now, you better watch that might stick.
Cale Fott with the pick six, and man, is he ever elusive when he touches the ball. And if you noticed all season long as the teams have scouted the Rockets, they've done their best to kick the ball away from him, not to give him an opportunity to touch it, because every time he touches it, you can expect big things to happen. At least expect that. Doesn't happen all the time, but at least you can expect big things to happen when he touches it.
The same thing that happened to the Rockets happened to the Raiders. They through the pass, it got tipped, and it was up in the air a little bit, give folks a lot of time to get underneath it and intercept.
Certainly Cale Fott, an all-league player for the Golden Rockets. Michael Weber on the kick for the Rockets, as usual. Let's see if the Rockets try to put it in a dead area and make it bounce. Nobody in the center of the field. Let's see if the Rockets happen to kick it there to force the Raiders to play the ball. Let's see what happens. 3:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Weber approaches the ball, and they're going to kick it in the center of the field. They're going to force him to play it at the 20-yard line. Number 4 with the reception. Tries to bring it up the middle, still on his feet. Dashes and dances a couple plays, and that is Bradley Childress, a senior wide receiver for the Raiders. They'll bring it all the way out to about the 30, probably about the 36, 37-yard line where the official's going to mark that ball.
Those are things that you always like to see a football team do, and give credit to the coaching staff when a team makes an adjustment like that. Last kickoff the Rockets had, the Raiders let it go out of bounds. They didn't want to make a play on it. So the coaching staff decides, hey, you know what? We're going to make them make a play on this one. We're going to kick it in the middle of the field.
And you got to give credit where credit due. Coach Graham and staff has done an outstanding job of bringing this program back respectable this year. We still have a ways to go, but certainly have made it respectable this season. Raiders have the ball in offense in shotgun formation. Takes the play and hit in the backfield by Goheen. GG. Goheen. Gage Goheen. Loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, he was in the backfield almost before the boy got the ball.
2nd and 12 for the Raiders at their own 35. Bill Norris, Jared Norris, and I'm Bub Norris bringing you your action tonight. Back home at the friendly confines of C.H. Jones Field here in Wellston, Ohio. Rockets on top 14-0 with the 3:10 mark remaining here in the first quarter.
We've got the instant replay up and going tonight also. Take a second look at some of these big plays.
Browning at shotgun, drops back. We have a flag on the play. He zags a couple players and dodges a couple players and tries to get it away, and he gets it loose anyway. Does a great job just getting rid of the ball on the play, but we do have a flag on the play coming from that hold position. Let's see what the official calls.
It's going to be some type of illegal procedure on the Raiders, I believe. Be a false start, maybe not enough guys on the line of scrimmage or too many guys on the line of scrimmage, something to that effect.
Illegal motion is what I believe the official is calling. Rockets going to decline that penalty, brings up
They must have called him.
They may have called him
down. They may have called him down before he got rid of the ball.
They must have.
So a good move there by Coach Graham declining that penalty and bringing up third in a long ways.
2:49 remaining here in the first. 14-0 your score. Rockets on top.
Now Coach Cooper.
Now Coach Cooper's questioning the spot. So now maybe the officials are going to converse and talk about the spot. Nope, they're satisfied with where they have it, so we're going to play from there. 3rd down and 23. Takes a snap. Hands off, not much happening again. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage and give guys up front. Again, the credit, number 51 in there for the Rockets, making the issue stop. Hunter Brown doing a good job over that nose guard spot. Brings up 4th down and 23 for the Raiders. Back deep again for the Rockets. Again, as Cale Fott will call him the greasy pig. Just hard to bring down.
I wonder if there'll be a call at any time tonight.
A call here in a little bit.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Evan Wilbur back to punt for the Raiders. Snap is good. Under pressure, gets it away. Nice punt. Coming over here on the near side, goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line in Rocket territory, where the Rockets will take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
I'm wondering if the Rockets or if the coach will maybe give those boys a go-ahead to try to and just send several of them in there to try to block that tonight.
Last week, as Jared already alluded to, the Rockets came away with another victory against the Alexander Spartans. They had to move that game to Nelsonville High School. And the Rockets came away with a 27-0 victory over the Alexander Spartan. Here tonight, remaining in the first quarter with 1:37 left, we have 14-0 your score. So the Rockets, things continue to go the way they are, guys. We could be a running clock before this game ends tonight. Johnny Scott at shotgun. Lambert flanked to his right. Takes a snap. Hands off to Lambert. Nope, Scott's going to keep it around the right side. Bootleg, he's got a couple guys to beat. Gains a 1st down up the sidelines, gets it into Raider territory, and goes out of bounds right at about the 39-yard line in River Valley territory with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Good play action call that time by the coaching staff.
And a good decision right there by Johnny Scott to keep it.
They had
around the outside.
Yes, the Rockets have ran that play many times already tonight and let Lambert keep it and run it. Johnny bootlegged on that play. Now you have Mason Collins joining them in the backfield right now. Coach is going to change the play at the call at the line of scrimmage. Scott at shotgun, takes a snap. Going to hand off to Lambert over the right side. Hit the line of scrimmage, off to the races. He's to the 20. All the way down to about the 21-yard line in River Valley territory. Great coaching call change at the line of scrimmage.
But once again, I think we're seeing Wellston is just looks like they're quicker off the ball, and so therefore can get past the line of scrimmage when the Raiders are even unaware.
1st and 10 for the Rockets. Ball in the River Valley territory at the 22-yard line. Takes a snap. Hands off to Collins over the right side. Still on his feet. He's going to have. He's off to the races. I don't know. But
there he goes. There he is. There it is. There it is. I was just getting ready to mention, Bub, the Rockets' play calling has been this series has been let's run the ball and not take too many chances.
Seth Lambert with a 23-yard scamper to the house for the Golden Rockets. 57 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets go on top 20-0, looking to put that extra point on the board right now. Michael Weber on to do the extra point on a Johnny Scott hold. The hold is good. The kick is up. Wow, he drove that one to Jackson.
Off the flagpole.
With 57 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Rockets 21. The River Valley Raiders 0.
You know, I can remember, Bub, back in the day when we would kick those and they would end up in Bill Macumber's backyard.
Yes.
Taking a quick look at our sponsors, if not for the sponsors, BMG Media would not be possible. So we want to thank each one of our sponsors, including Lockhart Insurance, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, Steel Isle Construction, Strickland Sales and Service, McWilliams Funeral Home, The Patio, Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corinne Smith Photography. Again, thank you to each and every one of the sponsors for sponsoring BMG Media and Golden Rocket Football.
Ready for kickoff action here once again. 57 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets all over the Raiders with a score of 21-0. And Rockets have been clicking on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. Let's see what the Rockets choose to do here. The official just now bringing the ball back into play. We're going to have to give him at least 5 minutes to catch his breath to get back over to the sidelines. 57 seconds remaining. Bill Norris, Jared Norris, Bub Norris, the Norris Trio coming to you live tonight from C.H. Jones here in Wellston, Ohio. Michael Weber at the ball. Really nice kick. That one's going to be hard to handle, but he catches it. Uh-oh. Still on his feet, but he paid the price, but he done a great job returning that kick.
Yeah, there was. He saw a little seam open up where there was no coverage, and he hit it hard.
You said a little seam, but I think you probably could have drove a Mack truck through that seam.
Well,
he saw it, and everybody saw it, and everybody said, uh-oh.
He's not a great big. He's not a big fella. He was kind of thin, but
speaking of Bradley Childress for the Raiders, saw that hole and hit it quick. First and 10 for the Raiders, ball at their own 49-yard line. 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets all over the Raiders with a score of 21-0 here in the first quarter. Raiders break the huddle, go twin receivers to the right. Go with the I backfield. Going with Browning at quarterback and Wilbur at tailback. Browning takes the snap, hands off to Wilbur over the left side. He's got a little running room. Going to give him a gain of about 5 on the play.
Maybe the first time the Raiders have been inside Rocket territory so far tonight. Maybe one other time.
But that was as a result of penalties.
Correct.
So this is the first time that they've had offensive plays inside Rocket territory here in the first quarter. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Give him a gain of about 4 on the play. Second down and 6. Ball at the Rocket 47. Raiders inside Rocket territory. Again, Browning at shotgun with Wilbur right behind him. Takes a snap. Going to hand off to Wilbur up the middle again. Some running room. Does some nice moves at the line of scrimmage, but the Rockets going to push him over into the first down.
Yeah.
So inside Rocket territory, they're going to probably mark it right at the 40-yard line. So the Raiders guys having some success right up the middle of the line on the Rockets defensively.
It looks as though they're staying, those last two plays have stayed inside the tackles, where before they were trying to run off tackle, and Wellston's success was noted, and those guys, defensive tackles were handling their business.
We're going to send it back to our video for a commercial. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back once again, Rocket fans. We're going to take another look at some additional sponsors at this time.
Thank you to Corinne Smith Photography for allowing us to use her photos for our player of the game. Mention seeing this ad to her, and she will include a complimentary 8x10 photo if you book with her. Contact Corinne today at 740-688-9928 to schedule a session.
First and 10 for the Raiders. Ball on the Rocket 40-yard line. .12 minutes on the clock. Rockets on top, 21-0. Your score over the Raiders here at C.H. Jones Field. Rockets returning home tonight after being on a 3-week hiatus around Southern Ohio. Takes the snap, hands off, then hit hard and goes nowhere. Loses 2 on the play, and wow, leading the charge for the Rockets up off the bottom of the pile, and that would be number 55, one of my favorite players, Isaac McWilliams, at that linebacker spot, shooting the gap and doing a great job with that stop. Loss of almost 3 on the play.
That might get so far, that's got the Hammer Award for the game right now. You could hear that pop from up here, and I believe he's gotten that award. That if he gets it tonight, that won't be the first time he's gotten it this year. Isaac Williams is not afraid to lower the smackdown on you from the defensive side of the ball.
River Valley with a loss of 3. Takes a snap, hands off the first guy through, and again, he's hitting the backfield again, and a loss of 2 more on the play. Leading the charge again off the bottom of the pile, number 58. That's Braden Myers, a sophomore for the Rockets, shooting the gap and doing a great job on another loss for the Raiders. Brings up 3rd down and about 14, call it 16 for the Raiders.
We're seeing the Rockets really penetrating that line and putting a stop to whatever the Raiders think that they've got going on.
Definite passing situation right now, and no doubt Cale Fott back at that safety spot, the greasy pig, just chomping at the bit right here. 10:40 remaining in the half. Rockets up 21-0 your score. Browning at shotgun, takes a snap, looks out, throws it out in the flats. It's caught, but not much room there. As a matter of fact, well, he's going to break the corner and gets up the sideline and turned a negative play into a positive and give him a gain of about 3 on the play. Gets him back just short, maybe 3 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th down for the Raiders with 10:27 remaining here in the first half.
And they're in 4-down territory here with the ball on the 43-yard line of the Rockets. So they'll definitely be
down 21 points. You have to do something. You have to make something happen.
Yeah, got no choice but to go for it here if you're the Raiders.
So here's the play when you know that we're going to have the jailhouse rock right here, the breakout right here. The Rockets are going to know they're going to possibly blitz. Let's see what the River Valley Raiders do if they try to run a screen play. Let everybody run through, and if the Rockets anticipate a screen play on this play, let's see what happens here. It'll be an interesting call.
And they're going to have to take a timeout. Play clock was getting awfully close there. The Raiders didn't want to lose any more yardage with the delay of game penalty, so Coach Cooper's got to take a timeout.
So we're going to take a timeout as well. 10:27 remaining here in the first half. Golden Rockets on top of the Raiders by the score of 21-0. We're going to read you some sponsors here real quick.
True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Lockard Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
10:27 remaining in the half. It's the Golden Rockets 21 and the River Valley Raiders 0. And guys, the Raiders just have not been able to put much together offensively. Again, nice looking football team. They're just not able to get anything generated. A lot of that due to the defense for the Rockets as well, guys.
Right.
Doing a good job.
Ditto. Correct.
Mason Browning, the senior quarterback for the Raiders, has shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls back about 3 steps. He's under heavy pressure, and there's a holding call, but they're going to get rid of it. He tosses it downfield.
He caught it.
And what an acrobatic catch. I tell you what.
He caught it.
What a catch.
He had both feet out of bounds. You could see it from up here, and there was no official in sight.
Is that one of those? Is that one of those where we can pull up a instant replay?
If we got it on the replay, let's see. But from up here, it looked. No, we're not going to have it on the replay. But from up here, you can clearly see both of his feet were out of bounds. But be that as it may, a great catch anyway.
You got to give the young man credit.
He brought it in.
He made the catch.
He couldn't help it where his feet were when he caught it. He just got it.
And Cale Fott was all over that, but it was just an acrobatic catch that time by
the officials thought he caught it too.
And really, that's all that matters.
No doubt about that, but hey.
10:18 remaining here in the half.
Good catch.
All the way down to the 8-yard line for the River Valley Raiders. They send both players. We've got a bunch of guys in motion. Too many players on the field. That'll be legal substitution. Those are just drive killers right there when you have that type of momentum and a terrific play, and then you get hit with a penalty when you're on the 8-yard line, could be a touchdown type of penalty mistake for the Raiders. It was a 5-yard penalty, so let's see what they come up with on this play. 1st and 13. Ball on the 13.
But that's one of the reasons why you have to stay ultra focused. Can we use that word?
Absolutely.
Okay. And if you're not, you'll let little things like that slip and
the Raiders are going to have to burn another timeout. The play clock had already dropped down to almost 0, and the quarterback, give him credit. Once again, Mason Browning seeing the play clock running all the way down and calls another quick timeout to avoid another 5-yard penalty for the Raiders.
Bub, this is what we were just talking about. Get focused, do what you have to do, be where you have to be, when you have to be there, run the play, don't miss your block. There are so many things that have to happen the right way in order for you to keep that momentum going.
And the scoreboard says the Raiders have one timeout left, but I believe that was their 3rd and final timeout of the half. If I'm recalling correctly, I think they used one in the first quarter, and then they had 2 there pretty quick back-to-back.
1st and 13 for the Raiders. Ball on their 13. 10-18 remaining here in the half. Raiders made a circus catch, and I do mean a circus catch, at the 8-yard line.
And he just had just a little bobble right there before he brought it in.
Whether his feet were out of bounds when he caught it or not, he still caught it.
Browning at shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to the back on the left side. And again, he's hitting the backfield and trying to get loose. Just not able to break the corner, but we have a flag on the play. Not sure what the call is going to be.
You know, that wasn't the hit of the game.
Oh, going to call the Rockets with a face mask.
But that may have been the play of the game.
Could be.
They're going to call a personal foul face mask, and that's going to push it down half the distance of the goal.
Replay here, yep. On the replay there, you can see that was number 1, Johnny Scott. He was coming in for the tackle. Probably didn't mean to, but he got a hold of his face mask there as he was headed down towards the ground. So that's going to put the Raiders half the distance to the goal on the 6-yard line, and that'll give them an automatic first down.
Definite striking distance for the Raiders. Mason Browning, the senior quarterback, at shotgun. They're going to go with backs to the right and left of him. Takes a snap, going to pitch, hand it off to the runner up the middle.
Number 40.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a River Valley Raider touchdown.
Yes, he got in.
And a good play call right there by the River Valley coaching staff. Give it to the fullback on the 6-yard line, let him bulldoze his way into the end zone.
And that's exactly what happened.
And that's what he had to do, too, to get past the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
So at the 9:42 mark in the second quarter, River Valley Raiders get on the scoreboard, now make it 21-6. And I'm going to guess that they're going to go for 2.
Nope, looks like they're lining up to kick a field goal.
Nope, they are. You're correct. Number 8 on to kick the extra point, and that's Braden Young. He's also a senior on the number 10 hold, and that's Colton Bradley. We have another flag.
We got too many guys on the field once again for the Raiders.
Legal substitution again by the Raiders.
So now they probably will go for 2.
That's going to push it back 5 yards.
That might be they had one player run off the field, and then they had another player run off the field, and I think they were 1 too many, and then they were 1 too short.
Now, I thought about running off the field, but I'm in the press box. So anyway, 9:42 remaining.
Well, let's
Raiders
see if we
on
can
for
get
an
a
extra
kick.
point. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it's not going to get there.
Almost blocked.
Number 10 takes a little bit of a shot there. So 9:42 remaining in the half. It's the Golden Rockets 21. And the River Valley Raiders 6. Guys, we're live on the camera here tonight. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us here tonight on BMG Media. It's great to be back in the press box here. We've been off a few weeks due to our mother's passing. She was a huge Rocket fan, and but it's just good to be back here at C.H. Jones Field. We know the Rockets have been on the road the last 3 weeks. started out the season with a really nice win against the Oak Hill Oaks, and then went to Fairland, went to Minford, and then back here against West, and then to Alexander Nelsonville last week, and back here to C.H. Jones Field tonight. So 9:42 left in the first half. Rockets 21, the River Valley Raiders 6, and the Rockets pretty much controlled this game from the start so far, guys.
You can see the momentum's carried over from last week, the big win that they had against Alexander. They played that one actually at Nelsonville High School. Alexander's football field under some construction right now, so they're having their home games at Nelsonville or wherever they can find a place there in the county to play. Rockets coming up with a big win last week against Alexander, 28-0. So you can definitely tell that the momentum from that game last week is carrying over into this game against the River Valley Raiders, and the Rockets are off to a good start, up 21-6 here in the second quarter of this one.
Not a good sign, though, guys. Our quarterback is hurt on the sidelines, Johnny Scott. He's being attended to down there on the sideline. The kick is up. They're going to squib it, and the Rockets are going to take it at about the 25. There's Cale Fott again on the loose, the greasy pig. He's going up the sideline still on his feet. And they're going to call him out of bounds, but my word, he's
slicing and dicing.
He is an exciting player to watch for sure.
Now, we're talking about the quarterback here. I believe that kick was partially blocked, and because I saw him run off the field holding his hand, so he may have been the one to block that kick,
Either
the
that
extra point.
Or he was the one called for the face mask over on the far sideline just a few plays ago. So I'm thinking maybe he may have got his fingers caught in the face mask or something like that unintentionally. Like we said, didn't look like he meant to grab the face mask, but just got his fingers caught in there, and he got the personal foul called on him. So hopefully he's able to come back in this game.
So Mason Collins in at quarterback for the Rockets. Look for him to keep it possible. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off around to Lambert the right side. He's off to the races. He's out to the 40, and he drops it and recovered by the Raiders. Wow. Mason Collins. Correction, Seth Collins with a huge run. Seth Lambert will get it right in just a minute, folks. We apologize, and lost it at the 42-yard line.
Stripped,
Raiders recover.
Well, what we're seeing here is it appears or it feels as though the Rockets are dominating, but however, 21-6 is not domination yet.
Not yet.
And we're seeing that the Raiders are hanging on, getting a good play here, good play there, good luck here, good luck there, and then maybe eventually hurting themselves through penalties. But we've got a game going on here, folks.
Raiders at shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to his, going to do a double counter. And the Rockets not fooled at all on that, and probably going to be a loss of about a half a yard on the play.
So, guys, we're going to switch over to the camera here real quick, and it's zoomed in on Johnny Scott over here on the sidelines. It is his finger. It looks like the ice pack. He has it on his right hand over his pointer finger. So definitely not a good sign right now for the Golden Rockets. Their starting quarterback on the sidelines with ice on his finger. Hopefully he's able just to get it iced up and get it feeling a little bit better to where he's able to come back in this ball game.
Wes Briggs taking some snaps on the sidelines for the Rockets. The freshman giant. He goes about 6'3", 6'4", freshman. Raiders takes a snap, drop back in 3 steps, throws across the middle, and it's almost intercepted again by Cale Fott. He was smelling touchdown before he even got that one.
Yeah, he had a hold of that and couldn't rip it away.
I tell you what, Cale Fott plays with a lot of intensity. I like the intensity level that he plays with. He's always looking for something to happen.
I really like this quarterback from River Valley. I would be interesting to know if he plays baseball, because I would say he has a really nice fastball, because that was a fastball coming out of his hands. Drops back 3 steps, looks out in the flats. He's under pressure once again. Under pressure, looking under pressure. He's going to be sacked all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Is that 54 or 64? I can't
54
see that.
On the stop. 54. That's Hunter Collins. He's the young man we've talked about so much this year. Just does an amazing job over there on that right side of the defensive line.
And the quarterback was looking. He was looking, and he just took too long.
You got to throw it away.
Yeah, you have to throw it somewhere. Wellston defense, congratulations on that coverage right there, because he didn't have anywhere to throw.
4th and about 19 for the Raiders. Back deep for the Rockets. Again, the greasy pig. Kale Fott.
Fumble.
Bopped the snap, and the Rockets sack him back at the 19. Call it about the 22-yard line.
So going to be great field position for the Rockets to start this drive from. And guys, not a good sign over here on the sidelines with Johnny Scott. The athletic trainer just cut the tape off of his wrist. Looks like the trainer's getting ready to put his finger in a band right now. Wrapping up his wrist. It could be his wrist, guys. Looked like he did have some ice on his finger, but it could be his wrist.
7:48 remaining in the half. Rockets up 21-6. Looks like Mason Collins still in there at quarterback for the Rockets. And Seth Lambert to his left. This is a good. Collins is going to keep it. Man, what a player. He's going to scamper to the end zone.
There he goes.
Touchdown.
He made
Mason
two good
Collins.
cuts. He cut it back to the inside, and then he cut back even further.
Mason Collins just comes natural to him. What an exciting burst of energy Mason Collins adds to your offensive backfield. 7:41 remaining here in the half. Rockets 27. The River Valley Raiders 6. Now number 4 comes on to hold the extra point. That would be Wes Briggs.
No, we got Yardnicek holding.
Was it Yardnicek now? Okay. Snap is good. The kick is up, and wow.
Nice kick.
Weber blasts it through. That's something that the Rockets haven't had the luxury of being able to say a whole lot about for several years, is our kicking game, which the kicking game this year and last year with Michael Weber has just been a good thing to watch.
And I think you have to credit that to Wellston City Schools adding a soccer program to the athletic agenda for the Golden Rockets. So a lot of soccer players end up being kickers for the football team.
And hats off, as you mentioned, Jared, to that, and a shout out to the Wellston soccer team with Coach Tony Brenner and staff as they have several wins under their belt. We understand, I don't know exactly what their record is, but a much improved beginning program as well. And then again, the award-winning Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band under the direction of Miss Katie King. And we are back on the right track with the Wellston Band as well. So,
well, it's always good. Once you get that touchdown, you know that you're going to get an extra point. It's just comforting, rather than we got the touchdown. Oh, okay. Well, they're going to kick it. Oh, well, sorry, not this time. Always a good thing to have a good kicker.
And guys, it's not looking real hopeful for Johnny Scott tonight. Coaching staff and some players going over, patting him on the shoulder pads. Not looking like he's going to be coming back into this ball game tonight. Possibly a finger or a wrist, something to that effect. But doesn't look like he's going to be coming back in tonight.
Weber's kick's a good one. It's going to be over the heads. It's going to go all the way back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Runner trying to find a way to get loose, and he just cannot find it. Brings it out to the 22-yard line with 7:34 remaining in the half. 28-6 your score. Rockets over the Raiders.
I always like watching punts and kickoffs. You can always tell who's a little bit more hungry than the other one. The guy that gets down there, and he's not letting that first blocker take him out. He's going down there to make a tackle.
We have a shout-out here tonight. Number 32 for the River Valley Raiders is Mr. Corey Litchfield. He has some connections with BMG owners and producers. Michael Gray's wife works with the young man's mother, so we have to be real careful what we talk about here this evening. Takes a snap, hands over the left side, tries to get outside and does. Breaks a couple tackles. He's going to be off to the races.
Third tackle.
Huge gain up the left sideline, brings it all the way in Rocket territory.
45.
All the way out to the 40. They're going to spot it at about the 47, 48-yard line.
And he's still down over there on the sideline too.
Huge return by the Raiders and hopefully that young man will be okay. 7:24 remaining here in the half, 28-6 your score. He is down on the sidelines after a hard tackle.
But Bub, that's what I'm talking about. Just about the time it seems like Wellston's got the game in control, the Raiders will come up with a play like that.
Answer with some type of a play that keeps them knocking at the door.
It keeps their hopes alive.
Definitely don't want to go to sleep on
We're
the
going
Raiders,
to
that's for sure.
take a look at our sponsors real quick.
We're going to go to a video commercial, and we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, Rocket fans. That was number 7, Evan Wilbur, for the River Valley Raiders as he went off on the return. He was able to get up under his own power, so that's a great sign to see. You certainly don't want any players getting hurt during a football game. 7:24 remaining in the half, 28-6 your score. Rockets on top. Raiders inside Rocket territory for the second time tonight offensively. And a shotgun are the Raiders. They take the snap. Want to play action roll to his left, right rather. Throws it out in the flats. And, well, Rockets had him stopped in the backfield, but number 4 turns it into a nice play. That's Bradley Childress. Turns it into a nice play for the Raiders.
Yeah, from the point of contact to the time he hit the ground, he gained 10 yards.
And again, Mason Browning showing some great arm strength for the Raiders.
I think they call that tackling through or running through the when you're tackling instead of trying to drag them down.
Yeah, when you go to tackle, you don't want to hit them and stop. You want to hit them and drive through them.
6:45 remaining in the half. 28-6 your score. Rockets on top of the Raiders. Browning at shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolls to his, looks to his left. Looking. What a throw down the sideline. But it's going to be a great deflection by the offensive receiver to prevent that from being an interception. But we have a hold on the play. And that comes from the area of holding, it looks like. See what the official calls. Yes, that's going to be a holding call. A 10-yard penalty.
I'll tell you, River Valley's quarterback has shown to have a little bit of an arm there, doesn't he?
He does, and very poised in the pocket. Again, this half seems like it's taking forever for some reason. 6:29 remaining in the half still. Rockets up 28-6 over the River Valley Raiders. Pushes the ball back inside Raider territory to their own 48-yard line. Browning at shotgun. He has Folden to his right. Takes the snap. Going to hand off to Folden back to the left side. Still on his feet, gets outside, tries to get outside even more.
Breaks a couple tackles.
And, yeah, he's almost about like Cale Fott as he gained about 10 back on that carry.
Guys, I want to say this about the Raiders. The Raiders have almost thrown the ball just as many times as they've ran the ball tonight, and that can be a dangerous combination when you have the ability to throw the football as a high school football team. So I look for the Raiders to keep doing that tonight. They've had some success with it, so we're going to see what they do.
Yeah, if you have success, why not keep doing
Why
it?
not keep doing it? Do it. Run it until they stop it, we always say.
Yeah. Isn't that the first rule of coaching?
First rule of coaching, first rule of football, I guess. If it worked the first time, why not do it again?
3rd and 7 for the Raiders. At the 43-yard line. Takes the snap. Going to hand it to number 3, and nothing happening as he got pancaked, drilled, and he's still on the ground. And that's Keaton Folden, the sophomore running back for the Raiders. I'm not sure who the Rockets were that dropped the hammer on that play, but Folden still slow getting up. Again, we don't like to see that, but man, would he hit really hard at the line of scrimmage.
Wonder if we have a replay of that hit.
So while we have this injury timeout, once again we want to thank our sponsors for BMG Media. Without our fine sponsors, you folks listening at home or wherever you are on your smartphones or computers, that would not be possible without the sponsors that have generously donated to BMG Media to make this a free live stream tonight. Absolutely free for your listening and for your watching, so we appreciate all of the sponsors. Those are Lockard Insurance, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, and our video commercial, that was Steel Lyle Construction, Strickland Sales and Service, McWilliams Funeral Home, The Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corinne Smith Photography. Thank you to Corinne Smith Photography for allowing us to use her photos for our player of the game. Mention seeing this ad to her and she will include a complimentary 8x10 photo. If you book with her, contact Corinne today at 740-688-9928 to schedule a session. True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Lockard Insurance Agency of Wellston. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
That's a great sign, folks. Kendon Folden able to get up and walk off the field under his own power, so that's a great sign for the River Valley Raiders. 6:09 remaining here in the half. Rockets on top 28-6 your score. 4th down and 9 for the Raiders. They're going to go for it inside Rocket territory at the 47-yard line. Again, Mason Browning showing a lot of poise for the Raiders back there at quarterback tonight. He takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left under heavy pressure once again, looking downfield and just has to throw it away. Couldn't get his shoulders squared enough to the line of scrimmage to make that pass, and the Rockets will take over 1st and 10 on their own 47-yard line. Mason Collins is going to stay in there at quarterback as Johnny Scott got injured here early in this second quarter, injured his right hand, and he's got a lot of ice on that right now on the sidelines. Certainly don't anticipate seeing him back in here at this contest this evening. 5:56 remaining in the half. Mason Collins, number 23, in there at quarterback for the Rockets, with Seth Lambert flanked to his right. Mason takes a snap, hands off to Lambert, back around the left side, breaks it inside, still on his feet. Seth gains about 9 on the play. Again, that's over the left side of that line for the Rockets in Gage Goheen territory. Fellas, just make note tonight, the Rockets have many players playing on both sides of the ball, and they started out kind of slow this year, but as the season gone on, they've gotten in shape and able to play both sides. So let's make a mental note of that. Both teams tonight playing a lot of kids both ways.
Well, like it was mentioned earlier, here we are in week 6, so by this point in the season, we're better conditioned, we're better trained. We just we're able to play both sides of the football and not get winded at least this early in the game yet.
Collins takes a snap, shotgun straight outside. Man, he hits a hole quick. He gains a 1st down for the Rockets up the right side, and wow, what an explosive player, and he is a junior. And he's just a different type of carrier. When he catches the ball, man, it's just like he sees the hole, hits it hole, and gets there quickly.
He got his hands on. As soon as he laid his head down, he saw the hole and took off.
Well, he's quick. He's just so quick with the ball.
Goodness gracious. That we haven't seen that type of a running back. Let's just call it what it is. That type of running back for quite some time here at Wellston High School. He is explosive. Takes the snap, bobbles it, picks it up, tries to get outside, and he's just going to have to go down with it at the 40. I think he was trying to find that hole before he got the snap.
Yeah, there was a bobble there, and the best he could do was pick it up and try to do something, but got tackled as soon as he picked it up.
4:52 remaining in the half. Rockets up 28-6 over the River Valley Raiders. 2nd down and 15 for the Rockets. Rockets are going to burn a timeout here with 4:44 to go in the half. And it's been a marathon half, but it's the Rockets 28, the River Valley Raiders 6, and we'll be back after word from our sponsors. Welcome back, Golden Rocket fans, to C.H. Jones Field here at Wellston High School downtown football stadium. Bill Norris, Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action tonight. Rockets up 28-6 over the River Valley Raiders with 4:44 still remaining in the first half. Collins in there for the injured Johnny Scott at quarterback. Collins takes a snap, runs to his left, cuts it back inside, still on his feet, puts his head down, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
I think that time the Raiders were prepared for that play because we had two. They got in there and they stifled that hole, and he had to bounce outside.
Again, he is one exciting player to watch. We're talking about number 23, Mason Collins, the junior, for the Golden Rockets. Rockets haven't missed a beat since he's been in there. 4:13 to go in the half.
Of course, we haven't passed any either.
Truth.
But then again, we don't need to.
We have a flag on the play. Timeout taken by the Rockets.
Yes, the Rockets. It's a good thing he had a helmet on.
Taking a look at some of the scores around the area tonight. Kind of a surprising score here. Fairland 21, Gallia Academy 7. Portsmouth West 21, Minford 7. Logan 7, Athens 6 at the half. Benton County 33, Alexander 0 in the second quarter. Nelsonville 25, Meigs 14, and Ironton 41 and Chesapeake 0. Union Oda 21, Piketon 14, and Jackson 27 and Washington Courthouse 14. Paint Valley 35, Adena 28, Southern 13, Trimble 32. No other scores to report at this time as we can see them. So those are your scores around the area here so far this evening here back at C.H. Jones Field. It's the Rockets 28 and the River Valley Raiders 6. 3:53 remaining here in the half. And what the story for the night so far is Johnny Scott, quarterback, defensive back for the Rockets, has hurt his right hand. And we do not anticipate him back here the rest of the evening as the Rockets are up 28-6 over the Raiders. Mason Collins is in the backfield at the Wildcat formation. 3rd and 10 for the Rockets. Collins takes a snap. He's going to throw it. What? Are you kidding me?
Up the
Pass
middle.
complete to Dale Fott. Touchdown. Wow. Well, the Raiders didn't expect that, neither did I.
I think that ball was tipped a little bit, just over the middle. Might have got the Raider defender might have got his fingertips on it, but that wasn't enough to knock it off course any more than it did. It fell right in the lap of Cale Fott, and he's able to take it in for 6 points.
That play was set up, the previous play where they had the two guys, so they thought that it's coming that direction again. And the Rockets pulled one out of the hat there.
Great observation with that, Bill, and a great play call by the Rocket coaching staff. Mason Collins, I believe that's probably his first high school varsity football touchdown. Extra point kick is up, and again, Michael
Another
Weber
good kick.
just blasts that one.
We are still in the second quarter, and the Rockets have put up 35 points.
Rockets 35 and the River Valley Raiders 6. 3:45 remaining here in the half. Now, folks, once the point spread, if it gets to 30-point spread, it'll be a running clock throughout the second half. So anticipate on seeing a lot of new Rocket helmets and faces out there the second half, and certainly we'll see as many kids be able to play as possible. And again, the River Valley Raiders so far have not shown signs of just laying down.
Right.
Rockets have put up points, Bill,
right,
but they still are here to play.
The Raiders have come back each time with some type of play. Typically, what we've seen here a couple times are some great passing plays, great catches, and some great end arounds.
.345 remaining in the half. Rockets 35, River Valley Raiders 6. Again, Michael Weber, who has done just an amazing job this year Matter of fact, every year that he's been playing varsity football as our kicker, especially been exceptionally good this year. Too bad that he is a senior. We hate to see him go, but he's going to do a nice kick, and it's going to be caught at about the 20-yard line. The official blows it dead for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I don't think we were ready. We got the white hat down in the end zone. He didn't blow his whistle and give the signal to Michael Weber, the kicker, that they were ready.
They're going to call a delay a game call.
That is a delay a game penalty
against the Rockets.
You know, we always used to say when we were refereeing, they can't start without us.
Well, they just did.
They just did, but they got penalized for it. So technically, you can't start without them until the officials say so.
So he started early and got a delay of game.
Yep.
Yes, that makes
so
sense.
In this case, when you're early, you're late.
He was relatively early and late for the dance right there. 3:44 remaining in the half. Pushes us back 5. Look for another line drive kick possibly here by Michael Weber and the Rockets. Want to pooch it, and it's going to caught at the 35 by number 26. And he, nice return by that young man by the Raiders. Brings it out to about the 49-yard line.
I always like it when you see the guy, he's not afraid to run when he heads straight north and south.
And the River Valley receiver done just that. Now, we always talk about, Jared, you and I, we talked about this as officials. Positioning and being in position to make the call is critical. I don't care what sport it is, football, basketball, whatever. And actually the ball really got to about the 49-yard line, and the officials just not being able to get to the spot marked it a little bit short, in my opinion.
Yep.
Takes a snap, drops back. He's under heavy pressure again, throws it out in the flats. And, folks, I tell you what, this young man.
He put that on a rope.
He did.
What a player we're talking about. Mason Browning for the River Valley Raiders. He can absolutely chuck that football.
And number 4 for the Raiders, over on the far sideline over there, was running what we call a comeback route. And being a former receiver, when you run a comeback route, the coaches would always tell us, once you make that cut and then to the outside, once you turn around, that ball's going to be right there. You're not going to have time to look for the ball once you turn around. It's going to be right there in your hands, and that's what happened right there over on the far sidelines, and he just didn't get turned around quite quick enough.
Drops back to pass again, under heavy pressure once again. Throws it out in the flats, and it's complete. What a great pass and catch. Out there to Evan Wilbur. Good to see him back in the game for the Raiders.
About a 6-yard pickup or so.
And, again, just a nice pitch and catch there by the River Valley Raiders. These kids, timing routes, Jared, you were mentioned about the timing of the receivers. That was a good timing route there by the quarterback and the receiver for the Raiders.
They're giving him 5 on it.
3rd and 5 for the Raiders. Ball at the Rocket 45-yard line. 3:23 remaining here in the half. Rockets up 35-6 all over the Raiders so far. But, again, the Raiders not showing any signs of just laying down and going home. They're certainly in 4-down territory, no doubt. Browning takes a snap. Under pressure again. He's chopped behind. Sack on the play, but we have a flag on the play.
Now there we saw the looked like the Raiders brought someone in to help plug up the middle where the Rockets were breaking through, and then the Rockets came in from the backside.
The Collins boys tonight putting on a show. And we're speaking of Hunter Collins at that right defensive tackle spot. They were also speaking of Mason Collins filling in at the quarterback spot for the Rockets and the running back spot. So the Collins boys having a whale of a football game here tonight, along with Cale Fott defensively and offensively, both sides of the ball. Just a total team effort by the Rockets so far here tonight. 4th down. Raiders going to go for it here. 4th and 15, ball on their own 46-yard line. 3:15 to go in the half. Browning takes a snap, rolls to his right. He once again running for his life, and he just got to throw it away. Wise choice, and he just gets rid of it to avoid the sack again. Rockets will take over 1st and 10 with 3:07 to go in the half at their own 45-yard line. You want to be sure and stick around for the halftime show. The award-winning Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band will be performing here at halftime.
You've done that a time or two, ain't you?
Just once or twice.
Pap used to say once or twice.
Is that one word, onester?
Once or twice. About like that repertoire word you used earlier.
Another one was he knowed it. He knowed it would happen. Knowed.
I think we're getting, isn't that from the Hillbilly Dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just leave that right there. 3:07 to go in the half. Rockets up 35-6 over the Raiders. Mason Collins at shotgun for the Rockets, stepping in for Johnny Scott. Hands off to, I believe, Lambert over the left side. Get back to the line of scrimmage and give him a gain of about 3 after he drags the pile. But Mason Collins doing an amazing job in there. Kind of the utility guy tonight. He's like one of these professional baseball players that either plays second base, shortstop, right field, third base, whatever you ask him to do, first base. That's Mason Collins tonight at quarterback for the Rockets. Again, stick around for the halftime show. The award-winning Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band will be performing along with the River Valley Raider Marching Band. Collins again at shotgun with Lambert to his left. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Lambert around the right side. Now that's got to be a horse collar, fellas.
Yeah, if you're going to call it the other way, he grabbed him by the top of the shoulders from behind.
Well, I guess not.
Wow. Okay. 2:06 to go in the half. Rockets lose 3 on the play.
Once again, we see the Raiders coming up with a big play just every now and then to kind of stymie things for that the Rockets are doing.
Look for the Rockets to throw it here on third down, maybe.
3rd and 13 for the Rockets. Fott coming wide to the left. Look for a play across the middle. The middle of the field's wide open. Mason takes a snap, and they're looking that direction. Collins gets outside the pocket. He's going to keep it. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage to about the 45-yard line. He was flushed out of the pocket to his left, stays on his feet.
And you know what? Rockets get the ball back at the start of the second half, so I look for them to go for it here with 1:15 to go in the second quarter, and I believe that's what they're going to do. Yep, why not? Just keep the offense on the field, go for it here. You get the ball back at the start of the second half.
Rockets are just going to run the clock down.
Yep, going to run the clock down as much as they can.
And then burn their final time out of the half, I'm sure.
Yep.
You know, again, you got to give credit where credit's due. Give credit to Coach Graham and staff for making the changes and things that they have for the program this year. Right now, the Rockets with 2 wins, looking to make 3 wins tonight and go to 500 on the season.
Tell you what, this is a Rocket team that we haven't seen in a couple of years, and it's encouraging and it's good to see the good things that are going on around the Rocket football program this year. And hats off to Coach Graham and his coaching staff for making those things happen.
You know, looking down the schedule, the Rockets, the schedule's obviously there's some teams on there that we're going to have to face them all. But the Rockets, they're looking down the schedule and possibly could squeak out a few more wins here this evening. And in our opinion, that's a successful season coming from where we were last year and the year before.
Obviously, Benton County is the big challenge here in the TVC this year.
Nelsonville.
And also Nelsonville, yep.
I'm kind of surprised that the Rockets are punting it here, but it be that as it may, they punted away.
Have a false start on the Rockets. We had one player over on the far sideline there that wasn't set on the line of scrimmage. If I was the Raiders, well, I don't know if they'll be able to. Okay, an illegal shift.
Legal shift on the Rockets with 37 seconds remaining in the half. Again, I want to encourage everyone to stick around for the halftime show. You'll be listening and watching the Golden Rocket Marching Band and the River Valley Raider Marching Band. Rockets back to punt once again. The snap is good. And they're going to get it away again. That's going to be out of bounds. And hit our camera guy. That's going to cost him right there. Not our camera guy, but a camera guy. It wasn't our
camera guy, but poor camera guy.
And,
somebody should have warned him. Nobody said a word.
As the old saying goes, he was sure using his head on that play.
Well, you could pretty much count on him not doing it anymore. He's done after tonight. Poor guy's probably got a concussion.
I think concussion protocol is certainly in order on the sidelines. All joking aside, you got to make this a little bit interesting. 1st and 10 for the Raiders with 29 seconds remaining. Ball through in 36-yard line. Takes the snap, drops back 3 steps, looks, fires it out in the flats, and knocked down by who? Number 54, Collins on the play.
Yeah, what a pass.
Collins.
Once again, we have the Raiders throwing that. That quarterback is throwing the ball. If he can get some guys open, the Rockets are going to be in trouble with some of these passes.
Yep.
24 seconds remaining in the half. 35-6 your score, Rockets over the Raiders. Again, the Raiders aren't going away, fellas, as we've made mention. They came here to play, and their quarterback has just done an amazing job, and the receivers tonight, Mason Browning for them. And then Bradley Childress has done a great job, and then their other receivers, Evan Wilbur, long suit. So they've done a tremendous job. It's good Twins receivers to the left. Look for it to go that way. He drops back. He's under heavy pressure again, trying to get outside the pocket. He's going to keep it, look downfield, throws it ahead. And again, just through the hands of the intended receiver, number 4 on the far side, Bradley Childress, that pass was incomplete. 16 seconds remaining. Again, the Raiders done a pretty good job so far tonight, guys, holding the Rockets at bay defensively up front on the pass rush.
Well, the pass rush, yes. Run blocking, the Rockets have seemed there have been a couple plays, but for the most part, the Rockets have kept them contained on the run.
Just giving you quick score updates again before we go to half, so we'll let you enjoy the bands at halftime. Fairland 21, Gallia Academy 7 at the half. Portsmouth 21, Minford 7 at the half. Benton County 33, Alexander 0. And at shotgun is the Raiders. Number 5 again, that's Browning. Takes a snap, throws across the middle. Incomplete once again, going to bring up 4th down. And certainly the Raiders will go for that. Ironton 48, Chesapeake 0 at the half. Athens 6, Logan 7 at the half. Second quarter action, Jackson 28, Washington Courthouse 14. And at the half, it's Nelsonville 40 and Meigs 14. Paint Valley 42, Adena 35. Valley 7, Northwest 6, Piketon 14, and Unionota 21. Those are some of your scores around the area in Southern Ohio this evening. 4th down, the Raiders are going to punt it away. Back to punt is number 7, Evan Wilbur for the Raiders. The punt is away, almost blocked and running into the kicker, and that's going to give the Raiders an automatic 1st down. I don't know if they'll call it running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. Let's see what the call is.
Well, he didn't give the personal foul signal, so that...
Yeah, just running into the kicker, so...
Running into the kicker is still 4th down.
I think that's a 5-yard penalty.
I think I'd let one go. 7 seconds left. Send someone. That boy that stepped out of bounds and caught it, send him. That's looks like
not sure if I was the Raiders that I would punt it right here.
Yeah.
To give Font the opportunity, and they punt it on the snap.
Fumble.
It's still alive. The Rockets are going to pick it up. And it's still live.
Oh, no.
And the Rockets going to try to get it. They do. They get it all the way down to the 35 or to the 5-yard line. Brought down on the play by number 32, Corey Litchfield.
So that's going to be the end of the half, but we have an injured Raider down on the 25-yard line.
I think it's the kicker because he fumbled and took a hit.
I can't tell who that is. Is it their quarterback?
No, I believe it was their punter. And that
the punter,
would be,
rather. That's what I meant.
number 7. I think that's Evan Wilburn. I think he has a cramp, so I think that's a good sign the way they're stretching him. So at the half, we're going to go ahead and call it at the half. It's Rockets 35 and the River Valley Raiders 6. It doesn't appear that his injury is too serious with a leg cramp down there. So, again, the Rockets doing a great job. We're going to send it back to the word from our sponsors, and then we'll bring it back and let you enjoy the River Valley Marching Raiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your River Valley High School marching band. While we're switching out our bands, some scores around the area: Jackson 28, Washington Courthouse 0, Denton County 33, Alexander 0. Waverly 50, Oak Hill 7, Nelsonville York 40, Meigs 14, Logan 14, Athens 6, Maryland 21, Guy Academy 7, Portsmouth West 21, Minford 7, and Harvest Prep 26, Wheelersburg 3. And a quick correction on that Jackson game, it's Jackson 28, Washington Courthouse 14. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band, led onto the field by field committees Emma McGowan and Sarah Shea. We are proud to present our 2023 competition show, Sounds of the Sahara. Take a journey through the Sahara Desert as we travel to Egypt, explore the sand dunes while discovering the Great Pyramids and the ancient columns. Tonight's featured soloists are Aaron Prophet on flute, Kirsten Bannon clarinet, Wyatt McGee baritone, Elizabeth Pugh trumpet. Band is directed by Ms. Katie King, Assistant Director Ms. Catherine McCall Smith, Color Guard Instructor Dr. Brian Bethel, Percussion Instructor Danny Cox, and Band District President Jackie Hildebrand.
Welcome back, Rocket fans, to Wellston Golden Rocket football right here on BMG Media. Coming to you live from C.H. Jones Field here tonight as the Rockets returned home with a bang here on this football Friday night, leading the River Valley Raiders at halftime by the score of 35-6. I think we've had a record length first half tonight. Almost feels like they could have played the entire football game within the time frame they did the whole first half. So one interesting note, folks, Johnny Scott, I don't see him back out on the field warming up with the football team at the moment. He went out with in the first half during the second quarter with a right hand injury, and then Mason Collins picked up number 23 at quarterback spot, and the Rockets didn't miss a beat going up tonight by the score of 35-6 here at halftime. Again, Bill, the Raiders didn't give up the first half.
No, not at all. When we look at a score 35-6, we think, that's a blowout. By no means has it been a blowout because River Valley has been here the whole way. They haven't given up. They have pursued. They have played. They have done the things. At one point it was 21-6. So, the 35 Wellston scored on some interceptions and big run plays and things like that. But the daily grind, the play after play after play, has been nip and tuck here and there.
Jared, what's your observation of the first half?
I'm looking at a much improved Golden Rocket football team just since the beginning of this season, not to mention the last few seasons with the Rockets, all of the Rockets' struggles, we'll say, the last few seasons. And at the beginning of this season, we weren't sure what we were getting into, but hats off to Coach Graham, the coaching staff, and all the players for the Golden Rockets. Much improvement up to week 6 here, guys, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this season and the contenders that we have coming up, Nelsonville and Benton County being the two biggest ones, and I'm looking for some great football each week after this one for the Golden Rockets the rest of the season.
Rockets looking to go 500 here tonight with the second half just getting ready to get underway here in about 40 seconds. Rockets on top of the Raiders 35-6 so far here this evening. So, again, a note to be made aware of: Johnny Scott out for the second half, injured his right hand in the first half. It looks like we have Wes Briggs down there taking some warm-up snaps, the freshman at quarterback. And that could be some valuable reps for him, Bill, tonight. We know that Mason Collins has done just an amazing job also at quarterback and running ball, but his brother, Hunter Collins, number 54 defensively, both those guys tonight. If I had to go player of the game, I'd probably do co-players of the game with both of those guys this evening.
I agree with what you said, especially now when we're talking, we're 35-6. So we cannot ease up. We cannot ease up. We have to keep pushing. Most teams, when they start easing up, they think, okay, well, we've got this game under control. And, well, it doesn't matter. They got a first down here. They got a first down there. And the other team builds their confidence rather quickly, and before you know it, they've got a couple touchdowns, and they're making it a close game.
Well, the Rockets are on the comeback, no doubt. Looking to go 500 here this evening. Back deep for the Rockets, you have the slippery pig, the greasy pig, number 15. Fott back there to do the receiving. Cale Fott for the Rockets. Joining him back there is Mason Collins, along with number 12, Yardernachek. They're going to squib kick it. And number 2 snags it. Roger Woods, a sophomore. Wow. Comes away with a big catch right there, right at the line of scrimmage.
I think he either had to catch it or it was going to take his head off, one or the other.
Yeah.
So the Rockets will take over 1st and 10 at about their own 45-yard line, 46-yard line. And it looks like Mason Collins staying in there at the quarterback spot for right now. Rockets looking possibly get up and make this a 30-point spread so we can get some other kids in the game. Let's see what the Rockets have up their sleeve here. Lambert to the left halfback. Collins takes a snap. Going to hand off over to Lambert over the right side. He has a lot of real estate again. Puts his head down, fighting for additional yardage. Gains 9 on the play. Hit initially by number 32 again for the Raiders. That's Corey Litchfield for the Raiders.
I noticed the Raiders left side of the line, 79, went into his position standing up, which for him it may be beneficial. He's a pretty big boy, and he's trying to be a little bit quicker because Wellston's coming off the ball pretty fast.
Again, Collins at shotgun for the Rockets.
Yeah, they've switched their defense up.
Lambert up the middle, bounces outside, picks up a first down, still gaining. Down inside to about the 37-yard line. If you are just joining us, Johnny Scott out of the game here the second half, injured his right hand in the second half, and Mason Collins stepping in there at the quarterback spot here the second half.
Now, I noticed those last two plays, the Raiders are running a different defense, or they were. They might go back into their old defense now, but they had like a four-man front.
Which looks like they will stay. Now they're going to go to a three-man front and a 3-4 defense. Let's see what the Rockets do and to see if they adjust.
So they're thinking that Wellston's not going to pass.
Correct. Hands it to Collins. Collins cuts
Busted
back to the
up
break,
the middle, breaks
out.
outside.
He stays on his feet.
Oh, we got a flag.
A flag on the play comes flying through the air. Big gain on the play for the Rockets.
That was number 8, Seth Lambert, on the run.
Personal foul against the Raiders.
Yeah, it was a personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, and that was from what they call a crackback or a blindside hit, which is an illegal hit nowadays. That certainly wasn't illegal when I played because I took a few and I gave a few.
Some of the hardest hits you ever take is the ones you're not even don't even see.
Yes, for sure. And that puts the ball down inside half the distance to the goal to about the 8-yard line for the Rockets. Just getting second half action underway. Mason Collins in at quarterback for the Rockets. Johnny Scott on the sideline with an injured hand. Seth Collins at the right half. Takes the snap. Going to keep it. He cuts it over the left side. Gets outside and scampers right on the end zone for another Golden Rocket touchdown.
That's number 8, Seth Lambert.
Seth Lambert scampers 8 yards for a touchdown. Puts it to 41-6.
One of the things I'm noticing, at least through this series, is that River Valley is doing a lot of reaching rather than squaring off and trying to tackle that man face up.
So we're with a running clock now, and everybody says thank goodness for that after the almost 2-hour-long first half.
That first half was pretty long.
Michael Weber on to kick the extra point. The snap is good. The kick is up, and Michael's been perfect on the night. 9:31 to go in the half. Clock running. Rockets 42. River Valley Raiders 6.
Michael Weber 6 for 6 on his extra points tonight.
Looking around the area, and the area scores here for this evening, a lot closer now. Fairland 28, Gallia Academy 20. Minford 7, Portsmouth West 27. Logan 21, Athens 18. Vinton County 49, Alexander 0. Ironton 48, Chesapeake 0. That's in the third quarter. Nelsonville 47, Meigs 14 in the third quarter. Paint Valley 56, Adena 35. Valley 7, Northwest 6 in the fourth quarter. Zane Trace 14, Huntington 12. And Cold Grove 6, Portsmouth 0 in the third quarter. Southern 13, Trimble 40. Piketon 24, Union Oda 24. Jackson 28, Courthouse 14. We'll try to get you some more scores here in just a moment. Right here at C.H. Jones, it's the Rockets 42. The River Valley Raiders 6 with 9:27 to go here in the contest, in the third quarter, actually, I'm sorry, as we have reached a running clock situation. Kind of, I won't say good would not be the word to use, but it's different to see the Rockets on the better end of the running clock situation than what we have seen.
Bub, explain that a little bit about running clock, because it's not right now, it's not running, but when does it start?
As soon as we go into play, into action, dead ball situations, obviously, they will stop the clock. But Johnny Scott, or kicking, it's caught at the 25. And he has some real estate running, and nobody's going to catch him. Number 26 saw the hole. He takes it to the house. for the River Valley Raiders.
What do you think about that? That's the same fellow that I told you he caught the ball earlier in the last half, that he ran straight up the middle where he saw an opening, and he took one cut and hit the middle of the field and outran everybody.
He saw a seam and hit the hole and went with it. Huge return there for the Raiders. 42-12 now your score.
So the running clock will continue because it is still a 30-point deficit. But if the Raiders convert on their extra point here, it looks like they're going to go for 2. If they convert, that will kill the running clock.
Going with the eye backfield. Takes a snap. And he's met in the backfield. And he's going nowhere.
So the running clock will continue. And it will stop because
my question, why not kick it and get that wouldn't work either, would it? I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm putting my math together, and nope, that wouldn't get it.
No, that's not going to cut it. 8:20 remaining in the third, 42-12 your score. Rockets on top with a running clock in their favor.
So you were asking a minute ago why the clock wasn't running. So it stops during the possession change.
Yes.
Or obviously a timeout, or at the end of the quarter. I believe that's the only time that it stops.
And between
I believe it stops for a penalty. It stops for a penalty, a possession change, obviously a timeout, and the end of the quarter.
I think you are correct. But we'll need some of our football friends to verify that.
I believe it stays running even when a player goes out of bounds. So the only time that it would stop would be for penalty or change of possession.
It appears that the Raiders will lay the ball flat and do a quick squib kick, and that's going to be my number 62. He's not in the program, but 8:20 remaining here in the third. They'll squib that, and picked up by Cale Fott at the 20.
Big seam.
And he has a seam, but he's going to be hit pretty quick.
Good tackle.
Brought down at the 40, and he's a little slow getting up. He saw a seam, but it closed quickly. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at their own 40-yard line. 7:58 to go here in the third. But the running clock, again, in the Rocket favor.
Give credit where credit's due right there, number 52 for River Valley. I don't have the roster in front of me, but good tackle made right there by him.
Rockets break huddle.
Now, folks, as we're talking, you can also go on YouTube and watch this game, and Facebook.
Mason takes the snap, bobbles the snap, and hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's going nowhere. As he bobbled the snap coming from the shotgun position. And once you bobble it, then you have a lot of players in your face pretty quick.
I think he started running before he actually had the ball, or he was looking to where he was going to run.
And it's good to see, even at this game being a 30-point deficit, the River Valley Raiders, after the score there, the momentum has shifted towards the Raiders.
Just a bit,
and
yes.
You can tell.
Mason at shotgun with Lambert to his left. He's going to look out in the flats, throws it out in the flats. Completes to Seth Lambert. He tries to get outside and hit out of bounds. Gets maybe a gain of 1 back on the play. Not a whole lot happening on that play. But Mason is, 2 for 3 on the night with a touchdown. It's not a bad stat to have.
And, guys, still a lot of football to be played here yet tonight. We're still a quarter and a half away from this game being over. So the Rockets definitely don't want to let their guard down this early in the game.
Something we're noticing, both teams kind of just what we call meandering around out here right now with no purpose. Like to see the Rockets kick it back up. And here comes, there he goes, Collins again. He's going to pick up the first down for the Rockets, and that was the old Wildcat formation. And again, I absolutely love watching that young man run the football.
kind of puts you in the mind of and this is going back a few years, a Rex Harold,
Yes.
a Thomas Mays,
Yes.
or even a Brad Young.
Yes.
Once he gets the football and it's designed for him to run with it, that's exactly what he's going to do.
He hits the hole and hits it hard.
Run.
5:13 remaining in the third. Rockets 42, the Raiders 12. Collins at shotgun for the Rockets. We're speaking of Mason Collins. Long count. Draws the Raiders off sides. It appears. Let's see. Yes, that's going to be the call. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Rockets. Now the coach had obviously had that plan, fellas, so they could come up maybe with a different play call for 1st down and 5 and 1st and short. Give the Rockets credit, guys. None of them jumped.
Nope.
Which is very good to see. 4:20 to go here in the third. They're playing music upstairs and not sure we're supposed to be. There, we turn it down. Collins a shotgun, takes a snap, hands off to Lambert over the left side, trying to get outside. He does, gains a gain. He's going to gain the 1st down and then some, gain about 7 on the play.
And let's give credit where credit's due also to Seth Lambert doing a great job running the football tonight. Another guy for the Rockets that runs north and south.
Number 55 getting up slow for the Raiders. That's Garrett Jones, a junior linebacker. He's been a big contributor for them tonight, and certainly want to see him stay in the game, but he's going to go out for a play. Beautiful night for football here in Southern Ohio. 3:45 remaining in the third. Mason Collins in at quarterback. Seth Lambert to his right. Takes the snap. Going to hand off to Seth around the left side once again. Seth puts his head down and just rumbles and bumbles and stumbles for another 7 or 8 on the play.
Yeah, he had a little difficulty getting past the line, but once he got past the defensive end or the cornerback, he picked up another 7 yards.
Yeah, 7 on you, rumbling and a bumbling and a stumbling down the field. Seth Lambert for the Rockets.
Taking players with him the whole way.
3:15 to go in the third. Clock running in the Rocket favor. 30-point margin difference. And a running clock that's in the Rockets' favor. 42-12 your score, Rockets over the Raiders. Again, Mason Collins at quarterback, shotgun, with Seth Lambert to his left. Mason takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Goes up the middle. Ooh. Bam! He delivers the hit. Going to be good enough for a Rocket 1st down, I believe. Should be, yes. Clock will still continue.
I don't know who got the worst of that, whether it was the defense or offense.
This is why football is such a fun game to watch. It's a fun game to play. You were talking earlier about the River Valley Raiders doing a lot of sidestepping, arm tackling and stuff like that. Well, number 26 for the Raiders definitely didn't sidestep or arm tackle there.
He stepped right up.
But because of the type of runner that Mason Collins is, Mason Collins was fixing to run right over top of him. So that's what you get when you square up a runner. But that's what you have to do to successfully make the tackle like he did.
Right.
2 minutes to go in the third.
Yep.
Rockets 42-12 over the Raiders. Collins takes a snap. Hands off to Lambert around the left side. He's still dancing and a bobbing and a weaving. Gets it up to about the 35-yard line.
And number 79 for the Raiders delivered the hit right there, but he's slow getting up. Sometimes that happens as well.
Twisted ankle.
Oh, twisted his ankle on the play.
Again, you got to speak of the heart of the Raiders. I know the score is lopsided, but these kids haven't quit all night.
They have not.
A lot of times you'll see a score like this in a high school game. Kids will just lay down and quit. The Raiders have not done that tonight. They have played their hearts out, honestly.
And making plays.
Yes, yeah. They're making plays even though the score is what it is. Collins takes a snap, hands off to Yadernacek in the backfield. And,
looks like we had a little letdown. It looks like we got a tackle from. Looks like that the Raiders had some kind of little shifting going on where they sent the linebackers in and interrupted the play.
Minute 15 to go in the third. 42-12 your score in favor of the Rockets. Yadernacek still in there at halfback.
Seth Lambert getting a little breather on the sideline.
Collins at shotgun. Takes a snap. He's going to keep it back to the left. See ya!
There he goes.
He's smelling
10,
the goal line, folks.
5.
He is smelling it.
That is a beautifully designed play right there, because if you watch the Rocket offense, the entire offense, including Bennett Yadernacek in the backfield right beside Collins, and the entire offensive line, everybody went right. Where did Mason Collins go? To the left. And where did the Raider defense go? With the offense to the right while Mason Collins is running around the left side.
So we've had a couple times here tonight where we've had some excellent play calls where the coach is setting up the other team and then running some kind of opposite play that they're not expecting.
Yep. Exactly. Good point. Collins hands off to Yadernacek up the right side. Stays on his feet, fighting for the end zone. Going to be about a yard or two short with 5 seconds remaining in the third. And that will do it for the third quarter. So at the end of 3, it's the Rockets 42, River Valley Raiders 12. And we'll be back right after a word from these sponsors.
That you just watched was from Steel Isle Construction and Metal Fabrication. We definitely appreciate their sponsorship to BMG Media. You are watching BMG Media and Golden Rocket Football, and without sponsors like Steel Isle Construction and Metal Fabrication, it would not be possible for you to be watching tonight absolutely free. So we definitely appreciate their sponsorship, along with Lockard Insurance, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, SF Restoration, Strickland Sales and Service, McWilliams Funeral Home, The Patio Grubs and Suds, Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce, DDF Seamless Gutters, Precision One Masonry, Spring Street Sports, and Corinne Smith Photography. Again, thank you all to the fine sponsors of BMG Media for 2023 Golden Rocket Football and the upcoming athletic season for 2023 this year for all of the Golden Rocket sports.
Folks, looking at the Golden Rocket roster, this just occurred to me that the Rockets will be returning the majority of their kids next year. You will be missing the likes of Evan Canner, Bennett Yadernacek, Michael Weber. Those are 3 big ones that you talk about right off the bat. Throws it out. Oh! Michael Weber saw the end zone and dropped it.
Yep. He had his eyes on the end zone before he caught the ball.
So that really hurts the quarterback stats right there.
Yeah, that drops him down to 50% instead of 75%.
So Hunter Collins is 3 for 6, I think, on the night so far. But what a stellar performance he has done and stepped in from that at that quarterback spot tonight, and it really has solidified his playing time, I feel, on the field tonight, whatever position that he wants to play at, along with his brother Hunter,
right,
at that tackle spot.
Yeah, that's what I tell. There's some young men at the school where I teach. I said, you want to get out on that field after the play.
Holding, that's coming back.
If you want to get out on that field, the best thing you can do is crack some heads when you get out there. I said, I said, how can a coach keep you off the field? They're going to put you on the punt team. They're going to find a spot. If you will go down there and we used to say thump some gourds, if you will go down there and make your presence known.
10:35 remaining in this one. It's all Rockets. 42-12 your score over the Raiders. But again, making note, the Raiders have not laid down at all this evening. The Rockets have just played at a different level tonight. And the Raiders have given it their best shot against the Rockets this evening. They've had some bright spots. So they have a lot to build on as well. 10-12 remaining in the ball game. Now the Rockets pushes them back to 3rd and 14. Mason Collins at quarterback. Lambert to his right. Takes the snap. Going to hand off to Lambert around the left side. Trying to get outside. Turns the corner and stays on his feet. Going to bring up 4th down for the Rockets.
I'd like to see him bring Michael Weber in here. Maybe try to kick a field goal.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Just try it out other than something, get a little distance, other than a extra point.
You never know. You might need him later on in the season to kick a field goal for you.
You know what? Rockets are going to burn a timeout right here.
And probably talk about
that might be exactly what they're thinking about.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're going to do.
If there's any time that you need to practice something, this game is it at this point in the game.
In a game situation, in a setting like this is the perfect time to do it. Now, it's one thing for Michael Weber to go out there in practice or in the pregame and to be able to kick 25, 30-yard field goals.
And
it's different in the game setting when the pressure's on. Not so much pressure in this game, but still a game setting. And this would be a perfect opportunity for him to get a rep in and let him kick for 3 points instead of 1. He's 6 for 6 extra points tonight, so why not let him go for 3 points and see if he can get the job done?
I don't think they're going to let him do it because he's right. I don't know. He might be looking for his tee.
And we're looking at the freshman quarterback warming up again also.
He is. Nope.
Somebody ought to start chanting Weber like they did Rudy in the Rudy movie. Weber, Weber. Well, speaking of Rudy, big football game tomorrow night in North Bend. Notre Dame Irish taking on the Buckeyes.
The Notre Dame. The Notre Dame.
Nope.
Rockets are going to send their freshman quarterback in.
Oh, Wes Briggs. I hear he's got a pretty good arm.
He is one big load. He's at quarterback. The freshman takes a snap, drops back, throws it across the middle. Touchdown!
Pretty good.
Well,
put a little heat on that one, a little pepper.
Put a little zip, put a little pepper on it. Just as I was saying,
Wes Briggs, the freshman, connects with number 7 for the Rockets, Evan Kenner, for a Golden Rocket touchdown.
Just as I was saying, we heard he's got an arm. Well, there you have it, folks. He
put that one
behind that one
on a line, and where only the receiver could catch it, down and away in the end zone for a Golden Rocket touchdown. Kick is up somehow. Somehow it got through.
He's 7 for 7.
That went through about 3 Raider defenders and went through the end zone, went through the uprights. 8:45 to go in this one. It's all Rockets. 49-12 your score. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you to Corinne Smith Photography for allowing us to use her photos for our player of the game. Mention seeing this ad to her, and she will include a complimentary 8x10 photo if you book with her. Contact Corinne today at 740-688-9928 to schedule a session. True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Lockard Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-384-2020. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage for the best insurance companies like Ohio Mutual.
Now, folks from home, if you're watching, and if you're obviously you are watching if you're viewing it, but so as we are looking at the field, you may see some replacements. I'm not sure that Wellston, I don't think they would just replace a whole unit, but you'll start seeing some other folks in there peppered throughout the line and throughout some of the backs. But when it comes to the kickoffs and stuff, those are pretty standard positions, and they like to keep things the way they are. Or you end up getting penalties for not having enough folks out there.
Weber on to kick for the Rockets. as we used to be called, the Guinea Squad. He's going to pooch kick it again. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And I believe the Raiders will probably end up taking it at the 35. Let's see what they choose to do.
And again, if you're the Raiders, you run the risk of that thing taking a rocket bounce and staying in bounds. But fortunately for the Raiders, it went out of bounds.
And you're going to see mass substitutions for the Rockets. Nope, they're going to kick it again.
I think they're just trying to run the clock down. I said they're trying to run the clock down.
.7:15, and the clock continues to run. Rockets on top 49-12, your score here in the fourth quarter. Running clock situation. Weber gets the signal from the official deep. And here we go. He's going to pooch kick it again. Going to be a nice pooch kick. Going to hit. That ball's live, folks. It's going to stop at the 9, and that's where the Raiders are going to cover it at. All the way back to the 9-yard line.
I guess they should have took it on the 35. Well, folks, that just goes to show you that sometimes the strategies that you have don't work out the way you want them. Obviously, they would have liked to have the ball. Mental error on the part of the Raiders. You should have picked that ball up and busted up the middle with it.
Again, to make note, many of the Rockets, again, returning next year. We mentioned that just a moment ago. Going to be missing number 12. That plays a lot and fills that linebacker spot for the Rockets, and that's number 55, Isaac McWilliams. And so about 4 players that the Rockets going to graduate that plays a lot. But what a nice run there by the Raiders. He gets outside, number 40 still on his feet. We have a flag on the play. Then he's going to be tackled at about the 47-yard line. And we do have a flag on the play. Number 40, the ball carrier for the Raiders, and that is Gary Truance. And I think that one's coming back.
It's going to be a hold. And I'll say this, guys, and I'll be quiet. In a game like this, unless it is so obvious that you can't help but throw your flag and call it, we used to have a thing called preventative officiating.
That's it.
Maybe that one right there would be a good time just to leave the flag in your pocket and just let them have it.
Because all you're doing is pouring salt in the wound.
Yep.
And
Game
let it
management.
Play. Exactly. 5:40 to go in this one. It's all Rockets tonight. 49-12 your score over the River Valley Raiders. Again, the Raiders have shown some bright spots here this evening, but the Rockets have been much brighter. Lots of new players. Just about everybody out there is a new player. Looks like the entire JV team on the field now for the Rockets, getting some Friday night light action. Raiders still have their starting quarterback, Mason Browning, in the game. He's trying to direct his troops. He gets him set, takes a snap, going to hand off to second back through, and that's number 7 on the carry. That would be Evan Wilbur for the Raiders. Give him a gain of about 6 on the play.
Nice run. Nice run. He cuts it to the outside.
Again, the Raiders have just been overmatched tonight by the Rockets. It certainly hadn't been a lack of effort by the Raiders, but the Rockets tonight have just really, at this point in the season, have started putting things together, adjusting to what Coach Graham wants, and it's really starting to perform, and they've shown that tonight here against the River Valley Raiders. 4:30 to go in this one. Browning at shotgun once again, takes the snap, hands off to his back over the right side. That's number 3, puts his head down. What a terrific tackle over there on the far side, but number 21 for the Rockets, and that would be Austin Woodruff. He's a freshman.
That running back lowered that shoulder, and he was going to get all he could get.
3rd down and 2 for the Raiders.
but it's plays like that lets you know that River Valley has not given up yet. They're still coming hard and they're coming strong.
3:50 to go in this one. Takes the snap, hands off the back over the left side. Number 40, the ball carrier.
Up the
and
middle.
He's off to the races.
There he's going to
outrun. Not sure anybody will catch him. Will they catch him? Yep, he's going to cut back and be tackled at the Rocket 25. And that's the ball carrier, Gary Truance. He is a junior tailback for the Raiders. Number 67 making his way on the field for the Rockets.
We'll call out your name.
He's calling it, saying, come at me, baby. Number 67, and that would be Jacob Walton.
As he was going out, he was trying to get the crowd ignited, throwing his hands up in the air. Well, I'll give it to him, man. You got the Spirit Award this week.
Through the end zone, no good.
He may have the most spirit, but right now that man is on his back. He got hit pretty hard.
As you got to take your hat off to him, being a sophomore, has come out and has stuck it out with this football team. 2:46 remaining in this one. It's Rockets 49 and the Raiders 12. We're going to try to get you some score updates here if we can here for just a moment, real quick. Around Southern Ohio, it's Fairland 40, Gallia Academy 28, Ironton 48, Chesapeake 7, Paint Valley 62, Adena 41, Nelsonville 47, Meigs 14, Valley 7, Northwest 6, Portsmouth 14, Cold Grove 6, Trimble 59, Southern 19, Piketon 14, Unionota 24, Jackson 28, and Washington Courthouse 14. Athens Bulldogs on top of Logan right now, 30-21. That was a final. Athens coming away with a win.
Broken play.
2:30 to go in this one. Now it's both teams have their reserve JV units in there with 2:20 remaining. .205 to go, clock still running. Tonight has been a building night for the Rockets. Have a flag on the play, evidently.
Well, guys, it's about the time to start talking about the player of the game.
Number 3 on the carry and hit. That would be Kendon Folden for the Raiders with 1:30 to go. My vote tonight, fellas, I'll just call it right now, and you guys tell me who you think. But I'm going to give it to the brothers tonight.
I'm good with that.
I'm going to go with Mason Collins and Hunter Collins tonight. Mason filling in at quarterback for the Rockets, and Hunter doing it. So that's going to be my call.
I agree 100%. Mason Collins doing a great job stepping in at quarterback, and had a couple of nice plays running in the wing spot there before he had to take over at quarterback. So heard his name a lot tonight. He's done a lot of good things, and of course Hunter on the defensive side of the ball making a lot of good tackles tonight. So we're going to give it to the brothers, the Collins brothers, Mason and Hunter Collins.
Wellston takes over on downs.
Next week, the Rockets will go on the road to Buchtel, Ohio. Buchtel, over to Nelsonville. That will be an interesting matchup. So hopefully the Rockets can keep the momentum going tonight. Next week, as they go over to face the Nelsonville York Buckeyes, that's been they've been all over Meigs this evening. We'll try to get you that score here real quick once again. It's been it's Vince County 62, Alexander nothing. That is a final. Cold Grove 6, Portsmouth 14. And it is Nelsonville 47, Megs 14 late in the fourth quarter there. So that could be a very interesting matchup next Friday night, folks. And I'm sure all the Rockets football fans and band fans would appreciate any support if you could make that drive to Nelsonville High School. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. 59 seconds left in this one. Rockets take over on downs, and you will see what we always did call, Bill, the Guinea Squad.
Yes. We tried a couple other names. I think for a while it was the F Troop. And if you remember that show from back in the day.
Wes Briggs, the freshman quarterback.
He looks like a man amongst the boys out there. The clock continuing to run. He's going to hand off to number 21 over the left side. Breaks a tackle, gets outside. That's number 27, and he's off to the races. Cuts it back to the inside. Still going in Rocket territory. Again, that's number 27 for the Rockets on the carry. That's going to be Ethan Case, a freshman. He is going to be a young man, folks. I'm going to say it right now that you're going to want to keep your eyes on. This kid is going to be a phenomenal athlete. 8th grade, he went to the state championship in wrestling for Wellston in the 8th grade last year. And that's going to wrap it up from C.H. Jones Field here tonight. It's going to be Rockets 49 and the River Valley Raiders 12. And again, the Golden Rockets will go on the road next week to Nelsonville High School. That should be a pretty good matchup. It'll be very interesting. Bill, give us your final words on this evening.
Well, my hope is that the Rockets will build upon their success. Now, even though tonight the score was heavily outweighed on the Rockets side, but the Rockets are going to come up against another team, whether it's Trimble, whether it's Vinton County or Nelsonville, whoever that may be, and they're going to struggle. And I hope that this game here will be a confidence builder so that they will know that, hey, we don't give up, and we can do the same thing that River Valley has tried to do this evening. River Valley did not give up tonight. They lost the game. They got beat, but they didn't give up.
Jared, your final words.
Guys, it's very encouraging to see almost this new look for the Golden Rocket football program. Good win last week at Alexander. Big win tonight against River Valley here at home. The thing about the rest of the season is don't count out the Golden Rockets. Golden Rockets have a couple more games with some tough contenders here in the TVC Ohio Conference, but don't count out the Golden Rockets, and hopefully they can use this as leverage and momentum carrying them into the rest of the season to where these teams that we have to face will show the Golden Rockets a little bit of respect later on down the road.
Great point, Jared. And again, the Rockets come away tonight victorious 49-12 over the River Valley Raiders here this evening. Huge, huge victory for the Rockets. Next week, again, they go on the road to Nelsonville. Again, if we can get some enough support out there to support the football team and the band team, or the band would be outstanding. Players, co-players of the game tonight, Mason and Hunter Collins, the brothers, just done an outstanding job tonight here for the Rockets. So for Bill Norris, for Jared Norris, I'm Bub Norris saying good night. God bless. God bless America, everybody.